Greetings, 'tis I, the guy that has all of one direct prediction under their belt. One correct direct predict. That's a direct correct direct. Hi, I'm gonna I'm gonna talk about this direct that happened today. Now, if this ends up being a case like all of my recent videos, and you see this shit 12 years after the event has already happened, I apologize. I promise you, I'm recording this on the 23rd. The Nintendo Direct happened literally hours ago on the 23rd. But knowing my computer, knowing my abusive wife rather, I'll probably not be able to get this out. But you know, let's keep it positive. Let's keep it schmoving, and let's hope that the bitch doesn't. I shouldn't call her a bitch. She's already listening. Anywho, we're gonna get straight into this because this one was not short, but I don't think there was anything super duper huge here. So I'm just gonna run through them honestly. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, that's a, what's it called, an expansion or a DLC something that's coming out next summer. It had a dragon in the trailer. If you know Monster Hunter, check the trailer out. I have no idea who that dragon's supposed to be. I thought maybe it was like a tie-in or something. I think it's just an original monster. Maybe you recognize it, I don't know. I'm not super duper into Monster Hunter to know like every dragon's name. The only one I know is Rathalos, like every other casual Monster Hunter fan. Anywho, more details for the Mario Party game. I think it was more boards being revealed. So the Mario Party game is like a, not a re-release, but a re-release of the classic Super Mario games, and I think it's like it's not literally a remaster. It's in the vein of Super Mario Party, which is the most recent one, but it's got the boards and the mini games from the let's say N64 ones. If I'm not mistaken, it's N64. Please don't kill me if it's not N64. That's coming October 22nd, the game that is. Tales of Cards Isle, the Isle Dragon Roars, I think it's called. I didn't get the full title down. That's coming out October 28th. It's a card game RPG. When they actually showed the gameplay, it looked kind of like Hearthstone. Not gonna hold you, I'm not super into Hearthstone, but it's like, I guess it's kind of cool. The RPG thing is neat because it's like, I think it's a traditional RPG. It just happens to take place like in a card game. If that's how it goes down, that sounds interesting, but I probably still won't play it. Tell me if you're interested in this though, because I don't know anything about it. If you are interested, it's coming out October 28th. Did I already say that? I might have. Anywho, Disco Elysium. This is the game that I think a lot of people were raving about last year, 2019. Last year. It was an indie game that has like a sort of cyberpunk aesthetic. I don't want to say that. Is it cyberpunk? I have no idea. All I know is people think it's a really good game, and I'm glad that they do. This is the final cut. I'm assuming this either includes DLC or some sort of like updates that were put into the game after it released. But that is the full version of the game. And I had the nerve to not include the goddamn date, and I know that there was one. Give me a second. October 12th. If there was an odd pause there, it's because I paused it in my recording. I apologize, I'm doing one take. October 12th, it's coming out digitally. It'll be a physical release in early 2022. If that's going to be through limited run or if it's actually going to be a physical release, I'm not sure. Doesn't indicate. Pre-orders for that start now, or was it later today? Probably now by the time you're watching this, right? Anywho, Hyrule Warriors Age of, what is it called? Age of Calamity? Expansion pass. I'm pretty sure this was at E3 too. I'm not talking about it again. There's new characters, there's new weapons, there's new story stuff, there's probably some plot that's going to be critical to the sequel to the Breath of the Wild, which is fun because I'm really hoping that this turns Zelda, even if it's just for Breath of the Wild, into the new Kingdom Hearts, where I have to play every single game, watch the anime, and experience the VR movie in 4D like that one that Dragon Ball had. That's one of those things is coming out in October. I don't remember which it is. October 29th. I'm gonna say both of them, but it's not actually both of them. I don't care too much for the DLC expansion, especially because we already knew about it. Anyways, Chocobo J, is it JP or JB? I don't know. It's like a Final Fantasy racing game. It sort of in the vein of like Mario Kart. It's sort of in the vein of Mario Kart rather. The thing that was different about it that I saw is the mystery boxes that you get in Mario Kart, where you like get a random item and you can throw it at somebody or use it to protect yourself, stuff like that. In this one, there's like elements to them in the way of Final Fantasy, obviously. And if you stack up the elements, you can get stronger spells to throw. Or I think they're all offensive, at least from what they showed off. The little bird dude, the chocobo, like it says in the damn title, they had Fyra, and then they upgraded to Fyraga, and then whatever the other one is after that. So basically, if you hit the exact same element over and over again, eventually you'll have like a higher tier of magic that you can throw at somebody, which is interesting. I don't know if I would actually like buy the game, but for that alone of like having this different way of doing items, it's definitely something that I would be interested in trying out. If there's like a demo for it, I'd definitely try it out. And that's coming out in 2022. There was no specific date, I don't believe. Going on here, we've got Kirby and the Forgotten Land. This is like a 3D Kirby game, which is really interesting because I thought it was, when they showed it off at first, it looked like that, what's that place that everyone likes from Mario Sunshine? The mall place. It looked like that. And I was like, are they doing a Sunshine remaster? Because that'd be really fucking stupid after they just did Mario All-Stars. But I'll get to that in a second because it's still kind of stupid. But anywho, it's a 3D Kirby game. It has, I don't know, I want to say it's sort of similar to Odyssey, but it's hard to describe it because it's a, is it the first 3D Kirby game? It's the first that I'm aware of, and it's the first that I care about. It looks really nice. I like how it looks. I will probably end up playing it. But I'm not too sure how to describe it other than like, imagine if you've ever played a Kirby game, just imagine that in 3D. Like it looks like a Kirby game. But it looks fun, and it's coming out in spring 2022. Animal Crossing is having a direct in October, as is Smash. I don't think I put this on here, but the final Smash character was not revealed here. It'll be revealed in a separate Smash Direct in October. I want to say it was October 5th for that day, and then the Animal Crossing Direct is just sometime in October. Yeah, October, sorry. The Animal Crossing thing will be a free update, and then obviously the Smash DLC will be the last character that's a part of the Fighter Pass. Is it 2 or 3? Whichever it may be. You're going to have to pay for that one, obviously. Mario Golf got an update. I don't care about this because I don't think anyone else cares about it. Not because it's golf, but because it's not super great. But they're putting, I think it was Koopa Troopa and some other map in there if you're interested in playing that. So yeah, go ahead and jolf it up with your friends as the turtle that Mario likes to commit genocide towards or on. I don't know. Anywho, can you tell me what the fuck Mickey Mouse magical? Can you tell me what the fuck Mickey Mouse magical? Is it Magical Kingdom? Wait, hold on. Give me a second. I think it's Magical Kingdom. All right. Reporting back. It's not whatever I said. It's, hold on. They didn't even show the title. They didn't even give a shit about it. Me neither. It's Disney's Magical Kingdom. No, I just said Magical Kingdom. It's not. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Disney's Magical World 2 Enchanted Edition. I think. Apparently this is a 3DS game. Do you know what the hell this is? I don't care either. If you do for whatever reason, boy, do I have some news for you. It's getting like an update or something. I literally don't know. I don't care. I didn't mark it down. Search. If you're brave enough, go ahead and search up Disney's Magical, whatever I said. Go back and search it up. KOTOR, that's getting a re-release. Is it a re-release or a remaster? I can't remember. Was there a release date for it? That's the better question. November 11th for I didn't pause it, did I? I apologize for that random like pause that was in the middle of that. KOTOR is November 11th. Pre-orders are today for that. I think it's just a re-release of KOTOR, not like a remaster or anything. Although, isn't that the game that was at the Sony thing? Yeah, so that's kind of funny. You know what else is even funnier? Dying Light 2. the game that I personally was highly anticipating because I loved the first Dying Light game. And then that bitch just got stuck in development hell, like the eighth circle of development hell even. It's been completely dead and silent until like what, last year, maybe early this year, I can't recall exactly. And within the time frame that it has revived and come back to us, it has since been delayed, I think 2 or 3 times. It's just not going to come out, but it is very funny to see it at the Nintendo Direct because they're basically like, hey, we know this game was supposed to come out in like what, 2 days in relation to whenever this event is happening, but now that it's coming out in goddamn February, it's also going to be on the Switch. It's going to be the cloud version, but I mean, who didn't expect that? This game could not run on the goddamn Switch. Your thing would explode if you tried to play Dying Light 1 or 2 on it, which by the way, you can. Dying Light 1 is going to be on the console much sooner than 2 because it'll actually be available. It actually already is available on everything else. October 19th is Dying Light Platinum Edition. When it comes to these edition things, let's just assume all the time that it's like included all the DLC, all the updates, whatever shit it may have like after the release. So yeah, Platinum Edition, that probably includes all of the important whatever or something. Anyways, I'm sad about that, so I just kind of skip past it because it's like, it's funny as shit to see it here, but also it's just, damn, that game's never coming out, huh? Anywho, Triangle Strategy, if that's still the game's name, that's really weird. But they basically took the stuff from the demo and said, okay, we're gonna make it better. So if you play the Triangle Strategy demo, congratulations, your opinion has been heard, probably. March 4th, 2022 for the full game, and that was about it. Alright, so did you watch my PlayStation Showcase video? If not, why not? Go watch it. But let me give you a slight spoiler before you do. In that conference I talked about, or in that discussion rather, I talked about conferences showing things that don't need to be there. And one of the things that I talked about was Deathloop. Deathloop was a game that, no joke, came out in the exact same week as the conference itself, as the showcase itself. Matter of fact, let me get the receipts real quick here, just to prove to you how redonkulous this is. Alright, so the Sony event happened on September 9th, right? That's a Thursday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days later, Deathloop came out. Why was Deathloop at the conference when it was coming out in 5 days? Not even a full week after the conference, Deathloop came out, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and relate this to the Nintendo conference here, right? The Direct, excuse me, right here. I, as you probably know if you saw any of the E3 stuff that I was talking about, am very, very excited for Metroid Dread. I love how it looks. I'm glad there's another 2D Metroid game. And even though 4 is in like development hell worse than Dying Light 2 because it had to get scrapped and basically restarted, I'm just glad there's more Metroid of some kind. And me personally, I like the 2D stuff a lot. So the fact that Dread is coming to us very soon makes me very happy. However, notice what I said there. Dread is coming to us very soon. Soon as in like October, what is it, 5th, 8th? Like within the first 2 weeks of October. It's the second to last week, if I'm not mistaken, of September. We didn't need to see this, okay? I love the game. I'm excited to see more about it. I'm excited to play it for myself, but holy shit, this didn't need to be at the Direct. It's literally coming out. I think anybody that wanted to pre-order it or know about it has gotten pretty much their fill of information, at least from what's available. And this trailer didn't show anything different. It just said go. There was a fucking a British lady that said go to metroid.nintendo.com to read up on all the lore for Metroid Dread, and I say no, I'm gonna just play the game when it fucking comes out in 2 weeks. But thank you, British lady. I will get the video game, which I already plan to do. So why is it here? Why is it? This is just another wasted slot in my opinion. But again, I did say companies need to waste their own time, and this is indeed a waste of Nintendo's time. So I'm not too mad at it. Anywho, moving on to the thing. Remember earlier when I said that it would be stupid if they were making a re-release of Mario Sunshine because they just did the Super Mario All-Stars thing? Nintendo 64 games and Sega Genesis games will be added to Nintendo Online. On that topic of what I was just saying about that being stupid, Mario 64 is included in this. Now I know that the Mario 64 that was in All Stars is a different version, but I mean, it's still Mario. Like I'm not I'm coming from a casual perspective, but it's still 64. So I find it weird that they put it in All Stars, but then also put it in this collection here. But let me get into more details about that. So the details for this are unfortunately kind of under wraps. What we have so far is that 64 games and Genesis games will both be added to the Nintendo Switch Online service. However, they will not be in the same way that the NES and SNES games have been added. That being provided to you just by downloading it. Even if you are a Switch Online subscriber, currently there will be a new subscription model that includes these. How they're going to do so, how much it's going to cost, we have no idea. All that we know is that there is a certain what would you call it, selection or subset, whatever it may be, of games from both the 64 and Genesis that have been revealed so far. I'll go over a few of them because I have it right in front of me. For the 64, we got we got Moopersario 64. No, we got Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Star Fox 64, Yoshi's Story, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, and they did say that Majora's Mask, also known as the better one, will be added too. Is that win back? I don't know what that is, but it looks familiar and I don't know how to say it, so I apologize for that. Mario Tennis, Dr. Mario 64, and then Kanji game. I also don't know what that says. From the N64 library will be there at launch. For the Genesis, Castlevania, Contra. I don't know what that is. Oh, Dr. Robotnik something. I think it's that one Sonic game. I think it's the pill one. Anywho, Echo the fucking Dolphin. Echo the Dolphin. If you know that game is a trip. Anywho, Golden Axe, Gunstar something, Musha. That sounds kind of familiar too. I don't know what that says. The text is too weird. Rise Star. Also don't know what that says. Shinobi 3. Fuck 1 and 2, I guess. Sonic 2. Fuck 1, I guess. Streets of Rage. Ooh, hell yeah. And Strider. Oh, look at that, Strider. I actually didn't look at this list before now, so I only saw the 64 list. I didn't see the Genesis one because there's more games for the Genesis. But yes, they will be adding those games at launch, and there will be more games such as Majora's Mask added afterwards, the same way that they're doing for the NES and the SNES games. What they did not disclose is the date that this subscription is happening, nor the pricing for this new subscription. So, admittedly, am I happy that N64 games and Genesis games, which is a nice surprise, are going to be available? Absolutely, but at the same time, like, why do you have to do an entirely new subscription for it? As long as it's not absorbent, like as long as they're not taking this opportunity to go the $60 Sony and Xbox route, I guess it's fine. But also, like, just you added the SNES. It was SNES second, right? You added the SNES games flawlessly. Just do it the same thing for the 64 games. They just know if there's a demand for this, so they're trying to take some money from you for it, which I guess is like, get the bag, whatever it may be. They will also be making N64 and Sega Genesis controller the same way that they did for, I think it was the SNES, right? Do you too enjoy fucking up your hand on that weird ass joystick on the N64? Well, now you get to relive that experience all over again for the low price of $50. You can now use it wirelessly. You can be on the other side of the room making like indents in your hand if you really want that for whatever reason, you sadistic bastard, or masochistic. I always get those mixed up. Anyways, I don't know what this is, but the Shadowrun trilogy is coming to the Nintendo Switch in 2022. Apparently, according to Mr. Speakerman, I forgot his name, it's a cult classic. I'm not aware of it, so if you're into that, congratulations, your game's coming to the Switch. All three of them even. Castlevania Advance Collection. It has board games. Four? Holy shit! It has 4 games in it. Which ones? I'm not exactly sure. I didn't see it in the trailer at least. And that's out today. So if you're a Castlevania fan, hell yeah, you can get your remaster right now. The other people have to wait the whole year for theirs. ActRaiser remaster, I also have heard of this one, but I'm not super familiar with it. This one I think is probably exciting for a very small subset of people. Same way for Shadowrun Trilogy, but somehow like bigger and smaller at the same time. Does that make sense? Anywho, if you're one of the people that is into ActRaiser, that's out today too. So, damn, Shadowrun Trilogy homies is just looking hella down because they gotta wait a whole year for their collection. Meanwhile, Castlevania and ActRaiser get their shit today. So yeah, go on to the Switch store and get those if you're down with those games, especially Castlevania. Castlevania's a good game. Anywho, all 4 of them even, or 4 of them? I don't know which 4. Anyways, Deltarune Chapter 2. I didn't even know that Chapter 1 was on Switch. I don't think it is, but I'm going to check really quickly, and I'm going to speak to you as I stall and scroll through this video. How is your day going? That is either very good or I'm sorry to hear that. Alright, so Deltarune Chapter 1 and 2 is available later today as a free update to Deltarune Chapter 1. Okay, so yes, Deltarune Chapter 1 is on the Switch, and I had no idea that it even was. So if you've got Deltarune Chapter 1 on your Switch as we talk, Chapter 2 is available probably by the time you're watching this to update, I think, or maybe it's like DLC. Either way, it's free. But you can get Deltarune Chapter 2 if you have Deltarune Chapter 1 right now. And moving right along, we have we have the all important ever elusive, not ever elusive, but ever eternal. I don't know. It seems to be in every damn conference. We have the game montage where they show you a bunch of shit that is either already out, is coming out, or just wasn't important enough to be actually talked about. So yeah, check out the game montage if you want to, I don't know, just look at games that might be interesting to you, but not have it actually talked about in any like specific form. Speaking of things being talked about in a specific form, do you remember the Mario movie? That Illumination Mario movie that was talked about, I think like roughly 92 years ago. Yeah, it's actually a thing. And this motherfucker, this motherfucker had the nerve to actually go over every single person that's in the movie. Not every single person, but most of them. And I'm gonna read them off to you right now. Not only did he have the nerve to do it, Mr. Miyamoto, also known as Mario's dad, which is funny. That's lore. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay. Mr. Miyamoto decided to give us a nice rundown of the characters that will be in the movie. The movie is coming out holiday of 2022. Unfortunately, they did not show the trailer. That would be really funny if they did. But yeah, holiday 2022, that is the release for North America. And here's where we get into the weird shit. So, you know what? Skip to this timestamp if you don't care about the Mario movie, but I just think this is kind of funny. So, listen to this, right? We have an all-star cast for this goddamn Mario movie. Chris Pratt as Mario. Yes, of course. Anya Taylor-Joy, who is someone that I think I recognize, but I don't actually know who she is, as Peach. Charlie Day as Luigi. Jack Black as Bowser. I am not even a little bit surprised. Keegan-Michael Key from fucking Key and Peele as Toad, which is the funniest shit I think I've ever heard. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. And then, how do you say his name? Charlie Martinet, I think it is. Holy shit, I'm gonna try that again. I'm gonna trial that again. Charles Martinet, right? Martinet? Matt Lingerie? The person that voices Mario in like all of the fucking games. Yeah, he's in the movie. He's just not Mario. They got Mr. Mario himself to be in the movie. Like, can you imagine, right? You're like the face. You're the face, or rather the voice of a video game series. Literally every single game has had your voice replicated into it. And the the people making a movie based off the video game that you essentially had an enormous part in creating come to you and say, hey, can we get you in the movie? And you say, oh, hell yeah, I'd love to reprise my role. Oh, no. You're not reprising your role. You'll just be making various cameos, according to Mr. Miyamoto. So yes, the voice of Mario himself is making various cameos, quote unquote, Not as Mario though, which is very interesting. Then a few more here that they just didn't even think were important enough to like actually list off. But Kevin Michael Richardson as Kamek, Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong, Sebastian Maniscalco as Spike, and that's just some of the people that were there. I don't think anyone else was. But yeah, anyways, the Mario movie. Why was that at this shit? Anyways, Splatoon 3. Give me a second. Apologies, Necesito Mizu. Splatoon 3. This is a game that I'm somewhat looking forward to because I wasn't really into Splatoon, but the demo that they did of Splatoon 2, I think, was it last year or earlier this year? I actually played a little bit of it, and it was very fun. It was much more fun than I thought it would be. The motion controls, however, are terrible, and I hate them. So in the trailer, and I'm just picking this up from what was shown, because there was like some section where a dude talked, and I kind of didn't pay attention to that part. But in the trailer, it looked like they had new weapons, obviously. Well, it was like a spider tank, if you've ever seen one of those, like a kind of like Wrecking Ball from Overwatch, like in some shit like that. And then like a Spider-Man ability. There's a lot of spider shit, right? There's like a Spider-Man ability where you can like shoot a like thing of paint or ink, whatever it is that they shoot, and then like stick it to a wall and pull yourself to the wall. And you can like swing and stuff with it too. Like it looks weird. It's like a Spider-Man thing. And then there's also a shield ability, and that's just like I think 3 of the things that they actually showed off in the trailer that were new. Weapon-wise, that is, gameplay-wise. However, they did also reveal the story. Yes, if you were unaware, Splatoon has a story. I have no idea about the lore, but from what I've seen of it, it is in its own way quite endearing and interesting with some of the puzzles and stuff like that. But yeah, that's a entirely separate thing. If you care about Splatoon lore, man, I think this is a time for an intervention. So yeah, this is Splatoon coming out. When is this coming out? I thought that I was much closer to the release date than I was, and I wasn't ready with my stall. I apologize. I'm fumbling. Anywho, I think it's 2022. I'm not entirely sure. But anywho, let's get to the final announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, we have, let me set the scene for you, all right? We've got soldiers running up on these big old monsters, okay? Big old monsters. And nothing's working on them. And they kind of had this like aesthetic to them. I can't tell exactly what it is, but they had this aesthetic to them where I'm like, oh shit, baby, this is Bayonetta 3. And I remember I actually said, this is like anecdotal, so don't believe me, but I was wondering, whenever they announced this, I think it was yesterday, right? Announced at Nintendo Direct. I was wondering if Bayonetta 3 would finally be shown off. And I was completely wrong. It was Astral Chain 2, baby. As the army men are shooting everything they got at this monster, a blast of energy appears from the sidelines, and all of a sudden we see the dog mascot from Astral Chain 2. And I say, oh baby, let's fucking go. It's Astral Chain 2. Astral Chain, that's a pretty great game that I was very interested in. Never actually played it for myself, but it looks pretty sick, so I will play it one of these days. And as the big monster that got pissed off by this energy blast prepared to swing on old dog boy, from the heavens above came Bayonetta. It's Bayonetta 3. It's Bayonetta 3. Yeah, Bayonetta 3. I don't know how I feel about Bayonetta's look. I think it looks very odd, and then like the minute I saw it in game, I was like, yeah, I like it. But anywho, this is that classic Bayonetta goodness. I think if you're familiar with Bayonetta 1 or 2, you already know what I'm talking about when it comes to the combat of Bayonetta. It looks like all the good stuff that you expected, and it looks very good actually, like visually speaking here. There was one thing that I actually did think was interesting, and that was the goddamn kaiju fight that you got to do. What is that like? You know Bayonetta's final smash in Smash, obviously, where she like turns into that dragon thing. I'm not a big lore head. I don't know what that's called. However, you can do Kaiju Battles with that damn thing, and it looks pretty sick. So, yeah, I'm just honestly glad they finally showed this off, and that was a nice little bait and switch there from from Platinum Games. If you're not aware, Astral Chain is also their game, so that little bait and switch was very, very nice and also mean. But yeah, I'm happy to see that this game actually does exist. That's one game out of development hell. Now all we need is Metro Prime 4, and yeah, we're golden, baby. We're gonna have a very good selection of games on the Switch finally. Even though I do like my Switch. Yeah, I think that was all for Bayonetta 3. Yeah, it was. Okay. Actually, no. There was someone at the end of it. I have no idea who this person is. Again, not a lore head. Hopefully, you know who this is, so you like popped off whenever you saw them. But right after the release date, which is 2022, there was some dude with the samurai sword that like sliced the release date. God damn, I'm talking so fast. There was a dude that sliced the release date, which is again 2022. So yeah, hopefully you know who that is. I'm not too sure. But anywho, that was the Nintendo Direct in full, and I finally had the pleasure of saying that I was correct about a goddamn Nintendo Direct prediction that I had, that being Bayonetta. Oh my fucking god, I need to relax. I need water. In all honesty, I need water, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. What did I think about the Nintendo Direct here on September 23rd, 2021? It was alright. It was not anything super duper mind-blowing here. Some highlights from me. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, I believe. Really nice looking 3D Kirby game. I'm excited for that because honestly I like the regular Kirby games, but having one that's like fully 3D in the sense of the Mario games that we've gotten in the past, such as Odyssey and I mean, I guess I could say 64, but I was trying to think of another one besides that. Galaxy, right? Having like a 3D Kirby game in that style is very, very nice. Because now we've got the trifecta, right? Unless I'm wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments if there's been a Kirby game that wasn't 3D. But if I'm not wrong, this is like the first one, right? Because that makes Zelda, Mario, and Kirby. They've all got nice 3D games now with open worlds and nice graphics. Well, arguably nice graphics. I don't know how you feel about Breath of the Wild. Anywho, other highlight obviously was Bayonetta 3, not only because I was correct about my prediction, but also because I'm just excited for that game, and I'm glad that it exists, because there's a lot of Nintendo games, maybe not a lot now, but there were a lot of Nintendo games stuck in development hell, and I'm just happy to have the confirmation of at least some of them. And then, is there anything else that was super standout for me? Why is my voice so high all of a sudden? I don't know. I wouldn't say Splatoon 3. Oh my fucking god. I wouldn't say Splatoon 3 because that's not anything super different. We've already seen that. The 64 and Genesis games maybe, but like it's gonna have to be a separate thing, which is weird. Some low points of this show, and I let me explain before you jump on me for saying this, but Metroid Dread, not because I dislike Metroid Dread. I don't even have the game yet, and I think I love it. Issue being, it's coming out so soon, it doesn't need to be here, in my opinion, especially when the entire purpose of it being there was go to metroid.nintendo.com/org. Pre-order the goddamn game that's coming out in 2 weeks. When the entire point was basically just to promote it more, it's like, you didn't need to have it here. Any other downsides for me here? That Disney game, I don't care for it, and I guess I could put that 64 and Genesis thing as a bit of a downside, because the fact that it's a new plan. Did I say it's in October? It's in October. The fact that it's a new plan is just like strange to me, but as long as it's not super duper overpriced, I guess I can't be too mad at it. But yeah, I think that's just about everything for me. So yeah, I'm not gonna rate this one anything. I'm not gonna do the Bochi scale. I'll save that for A3. But I think this one was meh. It was certainly okay. Like I'm glad that Bayo 3 was here, and I'm glad that we saw at least something new that interests me, which is the Kirby game. But otherwise, there was some like stuff here and there that was kind of scattered out, and it was okay. It was okay. It certainly wasn't atrocious, but it wasn't Square Enix 2021 E3. That's the grading standard by now. It certainly wasn't Square Enix's E3, but I don't even think it was up to the Sony conference, if I'm being real. Maybe it's around the same. It was around the same. It was around the same. Was it? I don't know. That's like comparing cross-universe fights. I can't do that. Not my brain's too small for that shit. Anywho, let me know what you thought about this down in the comments below. Did you also predict that Bayonetta 3 would be here, or have you just been guessing the entire time like a lot of other people? How do you feel about Disney's Magical Realms Enchanted Edition plus Ultra and Knuckles? Did you know that was a 3DS game also? Will Dying Light 2 ever come out on the Switch or any other goddamn thing? Let me know your opinion on all these things and more in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts, because I don't think this is too bad, but it was certainly a bit underwhelming. Didn't have any expectations going into it other than Bayonetta 3, so I walked out satisfied, but I don't know. It was sort of like a lot of stuff that we already knew about, or inferred at the very least. But I think that's all I got for it. It's just like the fourth time I've said this. I'm very good at outros, if you weren't aware. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.